That's fine with me. Come on. Wait, what do you mean? Wait a minute. What the...
Hello again and welcome to Brand X Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the Lethal Weapon film series. As always, I'm not going to be reviewing the actual films themselves. I'm going to assume that you've seen them or generally know what they're about. I'm going to be looking at the availability of the DVDs and Blu-rays and just kind of comparing them and seeing what there is. Now, there's a number of different cuts to these films that you can get. I have the films on DVD and I have the films on Blu-ray. And it's going to get a bit complicated, so you might want to pay attention to this. Now, the films were released in the usual manner. There was films 1 to 4 that came out between 1987 and 1998. Now, DVD came about. It really kind of picked up in the years 98, 99, 2000. Now, around about that time, they released the films, just theatrical cuts on DVD. The fourth film came out as well. That was fairly new when these came out, so it got its own release. It wasn't a director's cut or anything. It was one of those one of those double-sided ones. It was a bit annoying back in the day. Sometimes you would get half a film on one side, half a film on the other, and you would have to flip it halfway through the film. It was really annoying that they did that, and quite unnecessary as well, to be honest. But in this case, it was half and half because you'd have half. Well, one side of the disc was the film, the special features, and the other side of the disc was the film itself. So I can kind of see why they did it. I mean, maybe it's not that long of a film, but whatever. I'm sure they had their reasons. Now, that's the only one that you can really get on DVD. But the original trilogy, well, the first 3 films anyway, were released as normal, just the theatrical cuts. I don't have those, but I think around about 2002-ish, they released these director's cuts of all 3 of the first 3 films, and they came in a sort of shiny silver, design to the boxes, so you can kind of set them apart from the normal versions. You can tell with these old Warner Brothers DVDs, they used to have this thing where you would open, they get this plastic bit on the side, and you kind of open it up, and you've got all that. I don't think they do that anymore, Warner Brothers, but I remember a lot of old DVDs used to do that, so it's kind of nice looking back from a collector's point of view. But so these are the director's cuts, and they were quite good, especially the first one. There were a number of scenes in the first one that really added to the film and the characters and stuff. Like there's a scene in the first film where Riggs, that's the Mel Gibson character, goes to a school right at the beginning of the film, and there's a gunman and he's like shooting people, like shooting children, and Riggs just kind of blows him away.
Hello? Mr. Sniper, sir! Get away! I'm still here, asshole! What do you only do, kids? Shut up!
It's a really good scene. They cut it out, I think, for pacing, and maybe because it was a bit of a grim way to open a character. Because these films are kind of action and they can be dark, but they're, for the most part, comedy. I think that was kind of the magic of the films. So I can see why they cut it, but it's nice to have it in the film. Now you can view all the scenes that are in the director's cuts as an extra on the Lethal Weapon 4 DVD. But like I say, it's nice to see them in the film, to watch them in that cut in the film. But, now this is where it gets confusing. Although these films are director's cuts, they aren't completely uncut. There are still things that were cut out due for censorship particularly from number 4, that includes number 4. There are a lot of things that come out of that, especially at the end where the fight takes place with Jet Li. There was a lot of things. There were bits in the film where people get like strangled, and it just kind of cuts. It'll have like somebody get strangled, and he's like dead like 2 seconds later. It's like, how do you strangle someone that quickly? But again, it was due to censorship, so I couldn't understand why they did it. But as I said, this is where it gets confusing, because although these are director's cuts, they still have little bits cut out of them, stuff like that. And you can get on Blu-ray this box set. Now, in terms of extras, it's very good, but I'll get to the extras in a second. The cuts of the film, I believe it's 2 and 4, films number 2 and number 4, have all of the bits that were censored out put back into the film. So just little things. There's a couple of bits in Lethal Weapon 2. There's a bit where Riggs, Mel Gibson character, gets thrown into the sea, and he escapes. And in the normal version, he just kind of escapes. But in this, the people that threw him in, he attacks Lion with a chain. Gets another guy and smashes his head in the door of a car, and just gets the door of the car and like kills him. So that was censored out of the film, but it's in this. However, these aren't the director's cuts. They are the theatrical versions with the... Well, they are the theatrical cuts uncensored. So there's no definitive version to watch, which is a bit annoying, really, because it'd be nice to watch a version with everything in it. So this basically means that when I upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray, I've had to keep these because these have the bits that were cut out for the director's cut back in. So you're gonna have to just alternate between each one, depending. It's really difficult to kind of describe it, but basically there's bits in this that aren't in this, and there are bits in this that aren't in this. So think of it that way. In terms of extras, I'll try to wrap this up, but in terms of extras, it's quite good. There's a lot of making of documentaries, and they're really interesting, and interviews with Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, and Richard Donner, who was the director of all 4 films.
Exclusive interviews with the original cast, including Mel Gibson.
It just broke that sort of two-dimensional action hero thing.
Danny Glover, and more.
You say to yourself, did that really happen, man?
Plus, behind-the-scenes footage.
There was no CGI going on. The flame was like 4 feet. I'm like, we could die here. It was great.
So definitely worth getting. Like I said, don't be put off by the fact that these are the theatrical cuts. They're still worth a watch, and the quality is pretty good, as you would expect with Blu-ray. I mean, they weren't filmed in high definition, so I don't see how you can expect it to be all that great quality. But yeah, give it a watch anyway. It's not expensive. I got mine second hand, I think, from CEX, which is like a second hand computer game DVD shop. So it's about £12. You can get it off Amazon for about the same. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting and useful. If you want to watch these films, I would recommend buying all of them. Although you don't really need this version because that's not a director's cut anyway. That's completely cut out. So I would just recommend, if you want to have all of them for the reasons that I do, those are the ones to get, and maybe give this one a bit of a miss. Thank you very much for watching, and please check out our YouTube channel, Brand X Reviews. We also have a blog website set up for the moment, which is brandxreviews.blogspot.co.uk. Brand X Reviews is all one word in that web address. We may even set up an actual website with our own domain name in the near future, but for now that's the website, so check it out. Thank you very much.